Hello and good morning, everybody. Oh, yes, it is. It is a pretty normal day. Being off in 50 billion places. No, I was just closing up one project, and amazingly enough, I didn't get to start. I didn't do any extra bonus work to the Buffalo Woman this morning because of all the extra projects I've been doing. Um, I almost have my mandala template book all done, which is really, really kind of awesome. I'm having fun looking at the stencils that. Um. Oh, okay. It kind of does look like it has a light on it, but it's actually three wolves howling at the moon. One of my favorite places is Tea Turtle, and I shop their final clearance like it's going out of style. Like I I, I wait till their final clearance is having like a 50% off sale, so I get the shirts at like $5 to $10 a pop, and they're normally like 26, $27. Patience is a virtue when trying to get. Yeah, I'm definitely a deal hound. Um, let's see, what was I doing? Yeah, I almost have my mandala series all template stenciled because it's one thing to be like show off the stencils and have people try to imagine, but it's a completely different thing for them, even if it's not even in the color that its final design is going to be in, is being able to see what the stencil actually looks like completed. And I've been I've been doing that the past couple. Actually, I've only been working on it for a couple days. I think Saturday. Yeah, Saturday is when I got. So Sunday is when I started doing the uh, the template book, and I have 18 mandalas, and I have everything else sorted out into miscellaneous categories. I'm trying to organize and have project books so people can go, hey, I like this one. Can you do these colors on this surface kind of deal? Because I choose to do art on upcycled fabrics and embroidery hoops for lightweight stuff. But I can be commissioned to do bags, t-shirts. Hats are kind of iffy. Hats and I don't necessarily get along, but like I'm very customizable, at least with the art that I do. Let's see. And some of my pictures have errors. You want to know what that means? That they're actually handmade. There's a native tradition that in order to tell something is made by hand, you intentionally make a mistake on it. And while we all know in this day and age machines do in fact make mistakes, it's it's the intent behind it, showing that you are not perfect. You can be top of your craft, and you can still make mistakes. Three. So we are going to be done the color that I'm currently working on today. Started out the day with 146 stitches of it left. So, uh, we're slow cooking a turkey. The turkey was just a little bit too tall for the cover of my slow cooker to go all the way down. It still latches and like it's secured down in there, but it mushed against the top of the uh, the crock pot, and it's just kind of funny. I am gearing up for a 3 cart night because we only got 2 people on, and so 3 carts for me tonight. Gonna be fun. And now that you got me focusing on my shirt, Dan, I could probably hand paint glow in the dark. Like I have blue and purple glow in the dark. I could probably paint onto my shirt and make it glow in the dark at night. It doesn't currently glow in the dark. Tea Turtle does in fact make glow in the dark shirts. I do have one, but this is not one of them. It should be though. Write them a strongly worded email. I got this on final clearance and it doesn't glow in the dark. Okay, let's see. Oops. So I'm starting legitimately marketing on TikTok. So if you follow my TikTok, there's going to be some marketing stuff showing up from me because that account is actually, as much as I do filter fun on it, that is actually a business account that I have set up there. But I just want to give people a heads up if you see more business aimed content coming out of areas, it's intentional. I am trying to pick up and move forward because I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work and I still continue to do a lot of behind the scenes work and trying to get it all to come together. Mm-hmm. And let's see. Tomorrow, I know I said I'd be on, but I'm not sure because I work at 8:30. I have a class at 10, and then I have the rest of the day off, but I have an eye shot at 8:30 in the morning, so it's going to be all kinds of fun. I'm kind of expecting their call today. I hope they call me to remind me if it's 8:30 or 9:30. But yeah, I get poked in the eye. At least I have the day off. I have the day off, and I think that's why I wanted to schedule it tomorrow. Is I have the day off, and I can come home and I can just pass out. Oops, that was too far out. Too far out. I got distracted. Oh, the shiny thing. Remember, tomorrow's Work in Progress Wednesday. I uh, I really like other than the template book. I truly have only been working on Buffalo Woman, and I'm kind of proud of myself. Um, I've been doing outside stuff at home too, so like I haven't been solely just sitting and not yeah. But for arts and crafts, I've mostly been sticking to Buffalo Woman and business stuff. Oh. New piece of string, la 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 la. Oh my goodness. Noticing I left a drawer open and it's kind of making my brain tick. Oh my goodness. I even have coffee in me, and my brain is like, nope, nope, we quit today. It's even a nice sunny day. Like it was kind of a dark start. Like it was kind of a dreary start, but it has gotten sunny. My two biggest mammoth sunflowers have their secondary leaves, which I'm more than pleased about. They've been staying outside the past couple nights. Um, and so far it's all good. Um, I do have I do have they're going into each sunflower is going into a cinder block insert. It'll have access to the ground so that if it wants to, I think Steve's in the yard again. Oh. But if it wants to have deeper roots, absolutely, it's gonna have its thing. But each sunflower is getting a cinder block cube to go into. Um, and then I have my morning glories and my moonflowers. They're germinating right now. They're currently out on the deck. Um, and they're getting some sun. And I'm hoping tomorrow I can go outside and I don't even know what they look like, but I'm gonna set them soaking tonight so that tomorrow I can get them in the ground. Um, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I love to garden. I don't know who I remember telling, but I like to garden. That'll be one of the things I'll talk about all summer is my plants and my outside plants. In the winter, I don't talk about them as much as because they're sleeping. But right now, my barberry is starting to starting to grow, and I take need to take a day and get get barberry groomed because it is a highly invasive plant. And mine are grandfathered in, but I'm no longer allowed to plant. I'm no longer allowed to plant new barberry, so I try to keep what I have alive. And if a plant goes, then um, I haven't quite decided. It I keep it relatively well alive, so I don't worry about it too much. But hello, dragon. Hello. I'm just I'm I'm I am settling into cross stitching. I've been doing other things. Actually, I was just realizing because have so many of them, is that a lot of the mandalas that I have, I could probably I could probably cut circular pieces of uh, wood and do the line art and have the line art in diamond art form on like good solid wood, or even I have all kinds of ideas. Ideas are just bubbling up in my brain right now about the items that I could offer with just the mandala pieces. I'm not even talking about the other any of my stencils, honestly. Anything that I say, if I say mandala, it could go with any of my stencils, to be fair. But yeah, my brain is all bubbly bubbly. Um, I signed up for a night market in June. Um, so I'm super pumped for that. That's gonna be a 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. market, and super duper pumped. The only frustrating bit is my bank likes to think Google Pay, like things that, like, through Google Pay I have it set up that I have a two-factor authentication and and biometrics. And every time I buy something with Google Pay, even though like I've linked everything properly, I've given everything permission, they're still like, "Oh, it's fraud." And I'm like, I mean, I tried to pay my propane bill, and apparently they use Google Pay as their solicitor. And I was like, "Why are you calling me about my propane bill potentially being fraudulent? Like, if people are going around paying my bills, let them. I am not going to complain if someone wants to pay my bills." So, tomorrow is a maybe. Depends on how my eye is after I get poked. Um, I might just do Hogwarts tomorrow if I have spoons after being poked. I might do Hogwarts tomorrow and Thursday because to be fair, Hogwarts is so close to being done. Oh my goodness! But it requires. It's just moving the cameras over is just such a pain in my butt. I know, like if there are random people like trying to just pay bills, I don't say no. But let's see. Next Monday, the 20th, um, I won't be streaming. The dogs have a vet appointment, so I will not be available because I will be dog wrangling. Three. I'm trying to, and I'm also trying to keep count. Yep, I have dog wrangling in the morning, and then I have work in the afternoon. So, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's hard to believe. Like when I look at what I have left to stitch of this color, and then I look at how many stitches it is, it it doesn't add up. It doesn't look like this is like 150 stitches, this little clump that I'm working on. But it is. And then I'll have a color zero, which I will gladly celebrate because we are getting to the point when I hit color zero, we get to take the color out of the box. I went from an entire, let's see if I can find the box. Because this is what I use for my big projects. I went from 89 colors taking up this entire box. This entire box. And now it's only taking up two of the first rows. So it has been a journey. I get to yoink the colors out and and some of them go to the next projects, and some of them go into the pile to go back in the box. Oh. I'm reveling in the fact I have tomorrow off, even though it's a torturous tomorrow. I spent this morning. Let's see, I did it all the way across. I spent this morning prepping a turkey to be squished into the slow cooker, which is just, it's still hilarious. Um, I was going to get the remaining 8 of my stencils templated over, but I only did 4. And then I got sidetracked into another project. But that one's almost done, so I'm going to do the last 4 after stream, finish up the project that I was working on, and then, I don't know, I have stuff I got to do. So yeah, last night, my boss bought us pizza because the 3 to 11 shift gets ignored incredibly. Like the evening shift in almost any workplace, evenings and overnights almost always get ignored because they're not during normal business hours, and even though they're vital to the business functioning, they get overlooked and ignored, which 90% of the time, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But when there's food involved, and this is what happens with me, food, and the workplace. So, if they do remember the evening shift, they buy them food that I cannot eat, totally disregarding that it is a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act to not provide me with an option that they provided all the other workers for. I actually, again, I went to blows with Lowe's about that because they would have pizza parties and cookouts and everything, like left, right, and sideways, and I would I would be working, and they're like, "Oh yeah, go have some pizza." I'm like, "Did you get some gluten-free stuff?" They're like, "Oh no, you can have the chips that we have." I'm like, that's a chip party, not a pizza party. So I casually brought that to their attention. They called me needy, and I went above that particular that particular person's head. Um, and next time next time we had a pizza party, there was, while not a gluten free pizza, there was an option of something that wasn't chips for me to eat. But I have a lot of food issues, and not all of them are not all of them are ones you can see, but was nice. I got a papa bowl, as um uh, I guess is what its name is. It's essentially you just take all the sauce and toppings off the pizza and put it into a bowl, which I like that. It's fine, but it's just like. But my boss took the time to ask, so that was nice. And yes, yes, poet or Jules. I saw the pink. Poet's also pink. Um, yes, people are assholes. One less. Oh, so I talked to my boss. I talked to my boss about my "I do not give a fox" shirt, and she said, "Well, this amuses me immensely. I don't think it's work appropriate," which I agreed. I'm like, I strongly believe that if I have to ask, just with how my brain is wired, if I have to ask, generally the answer is no. But sometimes I just like to make sure because again, my brain is wired funny, and sometimes I take offense to things that aren't aren't really a big deal. But my I do not give a fox shirt gets to be one of my day off shirts, and I laughed and I was like, I have several of these shirts that I do not wear to work, so it's okay. I try to keep them upbeat and happy, and my fox one is the only one I had really had questions about. The other two or three, I have one that's pink with a jackalope on it that says "Be weird." That one's getting worn to work. I don't care. The "Be weird" one's getting worn to work. It's pink, and I don't think anyone at work has seen me wear pink. Mostly because I am pink, and pink makes me look pinker. Um, so so that's all kinds of fun. But I also I got a I did buy a full price shirt. It was on sale, but it wasn't a final clearance on sale. But it was a Sagittarius shirt, so I bought that one. Let's see what other one did I buy? I was super proud of my purchases. 'Cause- Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. I gotta. I've applied to a lot. There we go. Peter. Okay, so I got my I got one that reminded me of dragon, but unfortunately I've been dragged into this pit too. It's a dragon, and it says yarn hoarder, and the dragon has all the yarn around it. So I got that one. I got a Sagittarius Zodiac one, which was the one I paid full price for. I got I got the Be Weird T-shirt, and then I do not give a fox. Um, that's the only one that I won't be able to wear at work. But no regrets. Husband Creature is the book hoarder. Um, we try to complement each other. If he hoards something, I try not to, even though I could very easily hoard books. Um, and sometimes I've been known to, but I try to hoard other things. Uh, I've told him of my built-in bookcase dreams, and he's on board. It's the peak of pollen season up here, so I have I have a very deep rumbly in my chest because of the allergies and whatnot. And that's with that's with the Claritin. So we need to we need to wander over to. Well, it's now summer, so I'm hoping we can yard sale and do all those old people things that we like to do. Let's see. That is the one that I just got done. Okay. We are down to 71 stitches. Okay. I guess that kind of looks like 71, but not really at the same time. Okay. I'm gonna just work on this clump of color and then I want. Because, I mean, there's stragglers. Hmm. No, work on the stragglers. And I. Oh. I mean, I get that. I've been trying really, really hard to organize and like complete the projects that I have in my area because I have a market on Saturday that I need to like get my ass in gear and get the product all ready to go out, but at the same time, I'm like that was 3 and now I need to do 2 over. Oh, I need to skip one there. Also, it's becoming spring and summer. Spring and summer down on my street, so it's all kinds of interesting fun and excitement. The songs of the sirens have started to pick up. That's not what I wanted to do. Need to go down a little bit further. And over here, and then 6. I need to pay a little bit closer attention to what I'm doing. Uh, yeah, I and especially with the home improvement projects, I'm trying to utilize materials that are already in the house to get space in the area where we have materials. Or wow, fire engine, fire engines blitzing down the street. Um, like like drywall. I have a lot of little projects that need to have drywall put up. Um, I also need to start buying small containers of mud. Small containers being the operative word, so I can pick a section, mud, sand, and get that process all done. And then move on to the next part of the project. Like I need to get some pencil and tape measure, and what I plan on doing is like measure like blocks of 5 or 6 feet, and then in certain areas, like I have the 8 foot wall, and then in that area I do just that section to the top. But I have my stairwell, which is huge, and I still need a couple of I legitimately need a couple of tools before before we can play in the stairwell. One of the tools I'm looking into is a telescoping ladder, because they don't take up a whole lot of room, which is very key um, for me. I have I have 3 ladders, and they're all traditional ladders, and they take up so much room, and they need so much to be utilized that I just can't. So I want a telescoping one so I can get up higher in the areas of my house I need to without needing half the room to get there. Okay. Yeah, with it being sunny outside, I try to get the outside chores done first. And unfortunately, arts and crafts are inside chores for the most part. So, well, not even chores; they're inside fun. Try to do outside fun with the dogs when it's nice out. I'm pretty sure that I have my little guardian outside the door or at the top of the stairs. Ah, okay. So after stream, I'm gonna get my last four templates done, at least for the mandala series, and then I need to pick the next series that I'm gonna template out, because I have like animals, I have inspirational sayings, I have the celestial bodies, like I have the stars and the moons. I have a whole slew of paw prints. Those are kind of fun. I do have some that won't get templated out till absolutely dead last, because they're the itty bitty ones that sometimes come with the bigger ones. I have minis of almost every mandala that I have. Well, actually, I have more minis than I do. I have more of the minis than I do the big ones. But yeah, I have like 2 inch by 2 inch mandalas, and they'll all get templated out, but they're probably going to be the last round because there's so many of them. Lay them out all on a page and do a paint roller, which is honestly probably what I'm going to do. And I have a series of have a series of paw prints that I'll also be doing something very similar to the mini mandala round, as they're little, very little, so I don't I don't have a whole lot of product with them. Like I have little hoops that I could put them on, but I just haven't gotten that far yet. Refrigerator magnets. Actually, that's not a half bad idea. It's really not. Okay. I think I might have convinced myself. But I most importantly need to get these skeleton structures set up before I. Bring me the dopamine. I'm getting down to the lesser lines. Keep I have one wingnut that's just not it's not like the others. One of these wingnuts is not like the others. And it keeps loosening. A little frustrating. Mm-hmm. Two, and skip one into the end. Mm-hmm. I was YouTube rabbit holing before stream, and uh there was a and I found it particularly interesting. It's interesting, and I kind of wonder if they've made a resurgence along with their prey. So back after World War II, there was a crew of vigilante uh, people of the Jewish faith who went around killing Nazis. They called themselves, when roughly translated, they called themselves the Avengers. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but okay. Um, they called themselves the Avengers, and I supported. They literally they hunted down and killed Nazis by making it look like an accident. And I was like, I'm wondering if they've come back because I would support that. Yay! Okay, this little section has one stitch down below that'll get on the return. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, this section's a little small, but oh well. Not worried about it. Doo-doo-doo. Mhm. Oh, oh, now I shift over a little bit. Down to 40 stitches left. 40. Woo! Well, and then I get to pick another color, which I haven't even thought of. I haven't considered what color I want to tackle next. Everybody else is just watching me today, Dragon. Here, we had a little bit of chat session earlier. My shirt got complimented, and then we decided cumulatively that people suck. And that's where we're at. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do these 3 wild and crazy stitches because there are 3 of them and they're wild and crazy. Actually, I'm gonna do 6 wild and crazy stitches. I'm gonna go wild and crazy with these. Today's gonna be one of those days where it's elephant on my chest day. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that, and then that. We'll do a halvesy there. And then 1, 2, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a gap of 4, and then I'm working in one of the last areas of where there's filament. This circle right here is one of the last areas of filament. I only have like 50 stitches of that left, so that'll be a small party. And I intentionally picked Divine Instinct and Captain Penis because they did not have any filament stitches. I have done pretty close to 13,000 or more stitches of filament. I'm done. I even have projects that I actually want to do, but because I have filament in them, I'm like, no, they can wait. Okay. That one, and then this one is 2 out down here. And then I have one more. There we go. Okay, there's that. We're gonna have a gap of 1, and we're gonna do I have this little area right here has like 15 more stitches, and then I have an area. Of course, my hands froze. An area down here, which I'll move my camera when I. Let's see, 5, 2 and 1, 2, 1, and then I have a 2. Actually, might have this well enough plotted out that I can only have one piece of string to go. I don't think I'm that lucky, but it's a it is a possibility. Oh, oh, I feel that. I feel that so much. Um, yeah. I, for the most part, I don't have like bags per se. I have the cases that I just showed you. That's how I organize my cross stitch projects. I have yet to find a halfway decent way to organize any of my yarn. Um, so I have not even tried yet. I don't have a good answer. I got 14 stitches left. Oh yeah, that looks like 14. Okay. So, but I do have to end my string, and I might if I. Oh yes. Well, see, I'm super weird. I like taking knots out of string yarn. Like, I I I took a knot out of some jewelry that someone brought. They're like, I got this super fine gold chain in a knot, and I didn't have a magnifying glass. I had my hands, because I was down at camp, and I managed to take the knot out of. I used my embroidery needle because, mind you, I don't go anywhere without some sort of activity. um, but but yeah, I managed to get the uh, the knot out of the jewelry, and they were very pleased. I hate when I think that I've pulled the right end of the yarn and I was wrong, and then like I didn't notice until like I was a good chunk into the project, so it's not like I could just be like, oh hey, let's switcheroo. So I had to work with the yarn until I got done that particular color, and then I took it apart. I took the ball of yarn apart, and I made it a ball instead of a barf. I think that should be the clinical term when your skein is just a giant knot. It should be called a barf of yarn. Okay, so we're moving down over here. Let's see. We're moving over here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, right here. 4, 5, 6. Okay. 2, 4, 5, 6, and 1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mostly have in my collection I mostly have acrylics. I have non non-invasive just acrylics. I'm playing with a very very dainty, uh, I think it's called lace weight or sport weight. It's very, very, very dainty wool sparkle yarn. Um, and I'm using it under. I'm actually using it for lace. Um, let me let me see. It's downstairs, so I don't even. I found it at a thrift store. It was absolutely beautiful. Um, and I eventually, what I'm trying to do with my projects is I want to get comfortable enough that I can start doing lace. I want to do the lace neck pieces. I do have jewelry accessories that I actually make. I do seed bead stuff too. Um, and I want to be able to utilize those materials and have it be a high end piece. Like the stuff I show you guys my my more human priced stuff. Um, I like to show off my normal human being price stuff in mass. Will I show off my high end pieces? I absolutely will as soon as I get them done because um my 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 things that I make a little bit faster that are more reasonably priced, and I'm gonna admit the amount of effort that I put into something is definitely going to affect how much it costs. And that's one of the reasons where a lot of my customization work, um, I don't openly I don't brag about it, but it's like if someone comes up to me and they say I want stencil number 10, just solid neon green on a piece of paper, I am going to say okay, give me 4 days because obviously I don't have the materials at a at a craft fair. I'll be like, give me 4 days, give me your address, half down. It's gonna be $10 because what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get. I have the paper that I bought. Oh my god, this is some gorgeous ass paper, and it was reasonably priced, gorgeous ass paper, but I love it. Um, how say you're a crafter without saying you're a crafter. Um, uh, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna adhere the stencil to the paper, make sure it's not too sticky, make sure it's not too bad. I'm gonna paint it the neon green. I'm gonna lay it out, make sure it's flat, and I'm gonna be like, hey yo, it's coming your way. Send me the other half of payment because that's something as a crafter, never do pay on delivery. Especially with custom works. Always half up front and half when they're done. When you have completed the item before giving it to them, kind of deal. Because you can get royally fucked over if you don't take something up front. But if you ask for a stencil where you're like, okay, so I want this on this color, like, I'm never going to offer like specific fabric types. I will offer color families of fabrics because I go and I just kind of like, oh, this will look good with this. Oh, this will look good with this. Or I dye fabric to be like, oh, hey, this will look good. But if you're like, okay, so I want the inner bit this color. I want these specific ones, these colors. That one is probably going to cost you in the 30, 40 plus range because I have to sit down. I have to focus. Focus costs you a lot of money. And I have to do the thing and make it. It takes a lot more effort. Like, you're not paying for the time, you're paying for the effort. And I try to, when I explain to people, that took you so long, why does it cost so much? Or that didn't take you long at all, why does that cost so much? And I've seen several stories about tradesmen in doing this. It's like, it's not the amount of time that I'm sinking into it that you're paying for. You are paying for the experience that I have to make it take. this amount of time. So if I'm fast and you pay by the hour, you're punishing me for being effective. And I saw a great TikTok on it, and I'm like, that is so true. It's like, if I go slow and do the same thing, you're going to say that I'm not productive, but I'm still going to get more money, as opposed to if I can get it done in 10 minutes and move on to other projects and up my productivity, I still get the same amount as the person who only did one thing in that 8-hour span. So, who needed callouts this morning? And I have cross-stitch kits that I have no idea what I'm going to do with. I have embroidery floss. Actually, that's one of the reasons I want to learn how to get good with lace and the smaller gauges, is because I have a lot of perler thread. Um, it's not as stranded as embroidery floss, but it's not as big as yarn. So that's really, I have a whole bunch of that I want to play with too. One, two, three, 6 down from there. Are you looking now? 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, and that's another thing. Like, I offer fostering, that's actually the term that it is used. Is if you started a craft, that I can do, I foster projects. If you bought that project, you're like, yes, I want to do this, and then you're like, no, 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 I can. I can do that. uh, okay, we are on the last few stitches. This color. Oh, I. That's one of the things I do when I'm like cleaning the space above me. Like as I'm, it needs a lot of, well, it needs a lot of work, and I want to do it right. Like I want to make sure that it's done properly. Like, because when the attic's all finished off, I want it to be husband, creature, and eyes, like our our good areas, to be able to for him to have his nice little built-in library with the mahogany. It might not actually be mahogany. Like if I can find a good salvage, I'll totally do that. Uh my sewing machine is on the floor underneath Hogwarts right now. But like his nice like oak mahogany den for his books and whatnot, and and my like craft area on the other side, like our respective spaces up in the attic. But getting it all redone and stuff. I want to do it right. So we have things that are higher up on the list than luxury spaces, or leisure spaces. in the house right now. We have like insulating the outside. Oh yeah. Well, my dream, my dream for the attic space, um, that I have is the area right above me is it's very much a sitting kind of place. So I want that to be the area where the stream is, where I have all like the cool lights and the nice the nice professional background and stuff like that. But on the other side of the stairwell, where the room per se is, as I want to be able to have drying racks. I want to be able to have all of my dye set up, all of my paints set up and accessible, because right now, while they're organized, I do have to. It's kind of like changing out a printing press, an old-fashioned printing press, is I have to put away and like make sure it's all secure. The other thing that I was working on, and I would like to be able to have like a painting station that I just can be like, hey, yeah, woo. We have a lot of books too, but I think we have almost all our books in bookcases. Um, but that's another thing is I want to be able to have built-in bookcases. For husband creatures half, what I want to do is I want to have in the knee walls. I want them to be able to have like your traditional looking bookshelves, but have them on rollers, so they can pull out to have when you look down, can have more of his books in the rollout kind of thing. So that is a pipe dream for the knee walls in the attic. Uh, I think it would be pretty cool and pretty easy to do too. For me, it's not that I don't know how to do things. It's time. For me, it's the time sink. I don't frequently have a lot of what I consider spare or loose time. Um, because I'm always trying to organize, keep clean, move forward, stay productive, and then there's a lot of time, more time than I really care to admit, that I spend fixing my sugar, whether it be too high or too low. There's a lot of time that I sink into a day, making sure that I continue to stay upright and breathing. Mm, mm, yeah, I could see that. Um, with the knee like what I have going on in my head for like the knee walls, for example, they would only be like two or three rows. Oh my goodness. Uh, actually, every 2 years, that's about what I pay to keep my med cert. But like yeah, the knee wall bookcase stream is, for me it's two or three shelves high, but and you have the full depth of a bookcase, but as you roll it out, you'll have like a laying down bookcase, and I would have it have adjustable inserts that you could slide in to make your shelves but you could look down and you could see all the books you have and then slide them back in, that kind of deal, and still have the nice face of having a bookshelf. Um, and yeah, that's my dream for husband creatures. Knee walls. My knee walls are going to have kind of the same effect, but for craft supplies instead, because it adds both storage, both inside and outside storage. And for knee walls, you lose a lot of space with knee walls. So we have hit a 0. We have hit a color 0. Woo woo. But in my stream area that I have, I would keep it mostly clean. I'd have the cutesy things like for content creation kind of background. I would have my stuffies, I would have my desk. My desk is getting a remodel when it moves. Um but I would have my works in progress. They would all have their little hooks and whatnot, and it would truly be a content creation work area, and it's a room that's the same size, the same footprint of the room I'm currently sitting in, but it is almost it's an attic. It's not like the main part of the house. It has it's a pitch, it's a peak. It would be make a great reading room too, but I gotta insulate it. It currently is a closet. It was a closet for the I'm gonna use air quotes, but my hands are occupied. Bedrooms upstairs. And it's an okay closet, but it doesn't use its space properly. Like I would have to sink quite a pretty penny into making it a functional closet, and I would much rather make it a nice content creation area. Woo woo! Hit a 0, and I know for a fact that this one doesn't go to another area. So, okay, what am I gonna do next? What colors am I gonna do next? Oh, and I do have a dog outside my door. I just don't know which one. Okay. 3840. All gone. I have all kinds of colors highlighted. Now it's the question of which one do I feel like doing? I'm gonna go up to. No, I don't feel like doing that one. I have the ones highlighted. I'm looking at them to see which one. Okay, that one might happen. Okay, I like that one a little bit more. Oh, the decision. That one's actually good too. Oh, we have a winner. Miss, could you go downstairs? There's a whole another human downstairs right now. You can go downstairs, and he will help you. Pixie says, no, you will help me, for you are my human. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. He wants butt scritches. But this is what I do when I'm not on stream. I am the butt scritcher. Butt scritcher? Butt scritcher! Okay. Oh. No. Oh. You're all done. I scritched your butt. Oh. Okay. What color did I pick? I got distracted. I got distracted. Butt scritchy. Okay. Now, I'm sure everybody is going to be just absolutely surprised that it's going to be a shade of blue. We're doing 809. 809, a glorious shade of blue. Now, okay, I was like, where did I put that needle? Okay, so 809 has 611 stitches remaining in it, and it is a very connecty color, so it will bring lots of things together, and that's partially why I picked it. No, that's not what I. Oh my goodness! Urgh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The where the needle, where did I put that needle? Yeah, I've gotten better at it over the years. Um, I remember one night I was working on a cross stitch at work, and at work they're their neighborhoods. This place is it's very bougie. It's a nice place. And every neighborhood has like a nice little sitting area where you have a couch. No communal TVs, which I find kind of weird because, like, if you want to watch TV or you want to hang out with your neighbors, they kind of like intentionally enforce isolationism if people want to watch TV together, which is weird. But what do I know? Um, so they I was working on. I had all my paperwork done. It was towards the end of the night, and I was just working on a couple of cross stitches, couple of stitches, and then I lost my needle. And then my coworker found it the next day. She had decided to sit in the same spot, and the needle found her butt. Yes, the where's the crochet hook at is another fun one. I played that one yesterday. I played that game yesterday. Not quite as dangerous. Pixie, enough. Lay down. Oh, let's see. Oh. Oh. Crying up a storm. She's coming. Okay. the, the game of who wants to go out is now in play. Okay, there, let's see. We're starting up here. Let's see if I can get my angles right. Always fun. Okay. There's that. This is the fun part. I like working at the edges where I get to bring the color in from the other pages. So, I'm working on bringing her dress. This is the very tail end of her dress. This is the last corner of it, and I love bringing it into the final section because it kind of melts into the fog. We have find the needle and undo the knot. Those are two fantastic games. Okay. This is the area where I do it in little sections because there's this section and there's a little section over here, and then there is a huge ass clump of this color that I'm hoping I will get to today. But the most important part for me is the dress. The dress. had lofty goals for yesterday, and I'm hoping to just hit 200 stitches today. I'm at 146, so I'm hoping in the 40 minutes I got left, I can get those remaining few. In all fairness, if I when I get done this little section and I go over to the big block section of it, I can probably get more than what I'm aiming for. Mm-hmm. Oh, I hear husband creature coming up the stairs. Foot scratcher! And honestly, I'll probably work on some smaller colors because uh, la la la, if my brain would work. I am getting. I love the little details that sometimes get brought into the picture with the colors that are only like a couple hundred stitches. I did not actually. I had it marked as done, but it was not done. It was not, in fact, completed. So I have to be careful. But this is just one or two stitches around the edges. But yeah, any color that I have less than 100 stitches on, I don't generally put on stream because they hop around a lot, which takes a lot of time. And they're also color swapping takes a lot of time because I have decision paralysis. Let's be fair. I don't like making choices. I will I will tackle stragglers later. But for now, I'm gonna I'm gonna go over and work on some big block color because everybody needs some big block color. Oh, oh, pig monsters come back with a vengeance. Yes, ma'am. Hi. Yes, I know you're outside. I'm right here. I didn't go anywhere. I promise. she is she has a big concern that I might have run away in the 10 minutes she was outside. I could have run away, but I didn't, and that's the important part. There. And I get a new German Shepherd every single day because we are in blow our coat season. So I take them outside and I pluck them, and I get a new dog every time. Okay, so we will be closing out the stream, filling in this area here because it's all pretty much the color that I'm currently working on. So I'm gonna do it in the blocks of 10 down ways. So. Except for this current area where I'm gonna do 2 blocks. Just because it overlaps just a smidge into the next one. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yesterday I was looking at my barberry and seeing which branches were dead because I gear up and I clip out dead branches and I make sure that everybody all the spots that I clip off are sealed so no rot can get in, that kind of thing. And I there was a bird trying to lure me away from a certain area, and then I saw that there was a nest there. So they like my barberry because there's food right next door, and the barberry keeps a lot of predators out. 6 out. 3, 4, 5, 6. The crow, because of the charcoal and whatnot, birds love hanging out at the house because they like the charcoal to munch on and fuck it up. And with the flea and tick medicine, we don't actually put flea and tick medicine on the dogs, so it's not a surface. I use the Brevecto. You got to hit and miss when you use flea medication. There's it's so rough. But that's actually one of the things on Monday that the Sheppies will be getting, is they will be getting their Brevecto, so we can go hiking and whatnot. And then I'll be making an appointment for the little dog because the poor little dog gets trampled with the shepherds. But I think she needs to have her own little doctor's appointment. Yeah, yeah, it's that time of the year. 3, 4, 6. Though it didn't get cold enough this winter to really end flea and tick season. Oh, yeah. We don't have fire ants just yet. They're working their way up the state, but they're not up here just yet. We've gotten, well, I mean, the ticks here have gotten so bad that, mind you, we only have like scrub brush in our yard. We don't have a whole lot of greenery in the backyard. And I've pulled ticks off the dogs in the lack of greenery where ticks like to hang out. So, I just, it's just such a hassle. It's like, really? But, Yeah, Monday they'll be getting properly tortured. I I can imagine. Like we have red ants, but they're not fire ants. But they bite. And they're kind of spicy about it. The red ants that I grew up with in the southern part of the state were the size of sugar ants, but red. Ah. Whole, got the whole line out. Now I gotta bring it back in. Bring it back. Now bring it back. Mm-hmm. At some point, I need to drag my coveralls out of my closet, cause I gotta do some under the house crawl. One more. Two. Dog fur. My goodness. Today is going to be mushy food for dinner. start this part here. At least, yeah. I'll start there and one less. I like lines. This is how we get fast numbers. Back and forth. Um, I have cowboy beans. I was gonna have it for dinner last night, but I got pizza. Well, I got pizza sauce and toppings, which I like just as much. But lots of weird noises going on outside the house. My eye doctor's calling. She'll just leave me a reminder. Highlight some stitches. I think I'll have hit over 200 with this little group that I did. Yeah, I broke 200. I hit my mini goal of the day. One. Two. Breakfast in bed. Hey, that sounds kind of like what I go through. It's always this one. Always this one.
A new wave of power arises. From the ashes, new heroes born.
Well, I gotta yoink some. Yoink a new strand. Oh. I don't know what's going on here. Something's going on. Now,
new
I need to
time
end
has
on the
come.
piece of string and
The rise of heroes.
then.
Rise up. A new time has come. We shall rise undefeated.
Okay. Start here. How far do we go? We go one over and then skip it.
Vanquish the enemy. The rise of heroes.
Okay. I'll probably stop at 5 of and give the numbers update of how far we got to where. There.
A new time has come.
Skip to 1.
The rise of
My hands are
heroes.
caught in the back. And then. I was like, wait a second. I miscounted on I miscounted on the line above, and I'm like, So I just fixed that. Those weird little things that really mess me up. So I fixed it because I was able to.
My mind is like a hive. The thoughts intrusive are just bees buzzing to stay alive, distracted and elusive. They collide within my mind, and I struggle to think with my thoughts in a bind, and I push to the brink of insanity. Lost in thought, I wander down a path to my inner world. The complexity leads me to ponder, and the depths of my emotions swirl. Though the bees can get overwhelming, the inspiration they mold in their buzzing I find compelling. A reminder.
Straight shot all the way. This is a
So I
crew of 10.
bees within my brain, even when they drive me insane. For in their chaos, I find a refrain of the beauty and complexity of my inner terrain. You will never understand that this is my norm, and I have chosen to embrace the swarm, the swarm, the swarm, the swarm, the swarm, the swarm.
goodness. Mm-hmm. So again, tomorrow I may or may not be on. I'll know more around 11 in the morning. Um, Seeing how I'm feeling after my class and whatnot. Thursday. Thursday is definitely going to be Hogwarts Day. And again, depending on how I feel tomorrow, I might toss some Hogwarts on tomorrow. Because I don't think I'm going to have the eye uh the eye wherewithal to do cross stitching tomorrow. But I am also super glad that I have it off. One less on each side. You're fine, Pixie. Okay. Oh my goodness, that was close. No. Okay. Let's see. 5 minutes left. I think I can get the 3 lines of this particular book done in 5 minutes. Let's mm. Okay, 1 line to go. And starts there and 2 over. Oops. done in 3 minutes, which is kind of nice. I'm also going to play thread chicken because I don't want to have to start a whole new piece and then move over to another section of 10. Okay. Let's get the numbers for what we've done today. We are at 92.66%, which I am more than pleased with. Let's la 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 la. Let's see. I gotta find my calculator. Okay, so 195,700 minus 190. 886. So we have 4,814 till we hit 95. Let's see, and it is the 14th. Okay. We got 17 days, and I know I'm not going to hit the daily stitch count because let's be fair, I very rarely do. So I still need to do about 300 stitches a day to hit 95 by the 31st. Now, I'm really hoping that I can, but I will come damn close. I will. But that, my good friends, is where we're at. This is a good stopping point because I have to change a piece of string, and it's just more work than I want to make you guys wait for, because by the time I get the color all changed, it'll be time to end the stream anyway. So, you guys, thank you for the gift of your time. I will be lurking around. I have some releases that will be happening on my Facebook page. Always feel free to follow and watch on that. And I will see people potentially tomorrow, but definitely on Thursday. I love you all, and I will see you later.